everything going.
We teach the still got it.
Still got it? Oh, right. On basics of possession play and attacking principles today, so bear with me whilst I stick this on. So as I say, we're going to work today on basics, building on the last one, which was a technical sequence, which I hope you've started to take on board with whatever age group, whatever level of player that you're working with. So hopefully that will not get in the way. What we're going to do today is working on, there's only two actual things you can do in football. There's a retain, as in you're keeping the ball, and then there's a regain, as in you got to get the ball back. If you watch any particular game, there's only those two things ever happening. Yeah, the ball might be dead and somebody might have a throw in, but that team with the throw in is actually trying to keep the ball. And when you're trying to keep the ball, you have a better chance of scoring with it. You're trying to move to the opponent's net, and when you're trying to get the ball back, you're retreating to your net and trying to keep it out of your net till you get the ball back. So we're going to look at the retain aspect today and just some very, very basic principles of retaining the ball with an attacking purpose that are bog standard across probably the whole duration of how the game's been in existence. So I think the numbers are 16, which is good. For organisation sense, I've got 4 corner grids, so that's what we're going to be working at the minute. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. There's a ball in already. I'll need you to get yourselves into 4 in each particular grid, and then I'll need you moving around and the ball moving around, you staying within the grid and the ball staying within the grid, and the warm-up will last about 20 minutes, and I'll keep adding some instructions for what I want you to do as you go along. The warm-up is designed to build on that technique sequence that we did in the other forum. So those of you that were here, and most of you were, I'm going to expect to see that with regard to what the sequence, how it started, what we were working on, and the execution at the end. So however you do it, get yourselves into 4 in each corner, and off you go. So as soon as the 4 of you get there, get the ball moving and get yourselves moving. So that's going to be a 5, Steve, well done. That's it, get yourselves moving, get the ball moving, get yourselves moving as soon as you get there. Get the ball moving, get yourselves moving. Jump around in a corner or circle, I should say. Use all of it. Use both feet. Get a good touch of the ball. So, whilst we're doing this, think about that particular sequence that we had. What the first step in the sequence was, what the second step was, what the third step was. Okay, the first task I want you to do, is number yourselves 1, 2, 3 and 4. Number yourselves 1, 2, 3 and 4. You sort it out, I'm not doing any pointing of fingers, you sort it out. Warm when I left it off, eh?
Do you want one?
I'm okay, I got one thing. Number yourselves 1, 2, 3 and 4.
Debbie.
What was your number, Paul? Tell him.
Number?
Yeah.
You haven't given numbers? Sorry. Jonathan, we didn't hear. Sorry.
Number yourself 1, 2, 3 and 4.
1,
So
2,
what is
3,
it?
4.
Step 1 of the sequence. People with their head up. Have your head up. Have your head up. That's what we worked on. What was number 2?
On your toes.
Yes, so be on our toes. I'm seeing people walking. Not a lot of activity if we're walking. Right, we're going to now introduce the number sequence where they'll now pass 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, next instruction, keep going. You shouldn't have to stop to listen. So we have a ball out of there for some reason. Pass the ball in numerical order. So 1 pass to 2, 2 pass to 3, 3 pass to 4, 4 pass back to 1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is an opportunity now to be able to introduce people with regard to knowing, right, we need to move. Be clear in your numbers so we can get people working 1, 2, 3 and 4 with regard to then you've got to, if you're number 3, you've got to know where number 2 is and you've got to know where number 4 is. Guys, going in the circle, don't go in the circle, go across it. Get your head up, get on your toes, get in line with the ball. I've counted 5 balls so far that have gone out of the grid. It's a 10 by 10 grid, there's 4 of us, it shouldn't leave the area. Okay, reverse the sequence. 4 pass to 3, 3 pass to 2, 2 pass to 1, 1 pass to 4. Okay, stop. So that people can work out who's who. So we're going to reverse. 4, 3, 2 to 1. They're running straight across the front and they made the pass and maybe they should have waited until the head. Okay, remember the sequence that we worked on. Head up, on your toes, get in line with the pass, The ball's going to your left foot, offer some part of your left foot to control it. So that's a good chance to work on. Head up, on your toes, get in line with the ball, offer a surface, offer it to the side that you're needing to go, make a comfortable pass. In the 7 or 8 minutes we've been going, mobility is definitely occurring, the ball's moving more effectively, and it's staying within the grid, which is great. Okay, moving back, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Move it back in that sequence. 1 pass to 2, 2 pass to 3, 3 pass to 4, 4 back to 1. Awful lot of it. I should be hearing, I should say, a bit of chat. It should be quite noisy with regard to wanting to receive the ball and then asking for the ball. As well as then identifying who you're passing it to. Okay, doing fine, doing fine, doing fine. When I'm turning round and seeing balls going out of the grid, I'm thinking, you keep moving, you can listen and move. I'm sure you can listen and move. What I'm thinking is it's a pass that's gone in error. Or somebody hasn't moved quick enough to retain the ball to keep it within the square. We shouldn't see a ball leaving. But when we do, those are the two things I'm thinking about. An incorrect pass or someone who didn't move effectively to receive it. So that's where, in this particular warm-up, you could get your sequence with your players reinforced. You could do some skill work here. Andrew, there's no pressure. Take as many touches as you wish. Okay, remembering the numbers now, I'm going to introduce, going to lift the requirements up a little. I'm going to shout change. Okay, I'm going to shout change, and we're going to work that way. If we shout change and ball, your ball moves to the next grid. So whoever's in possession of it passes it. You understand?
Right.
That way. To me, it's clockwise. If we shout player, I'll shout player on a number. The ball stays and the player moves. So if Aaron was number 1 and I shout player 1, he leaves from that grid and goes to that grid. Steve, if you were player 1, you would leave that grid and go to that grid. Player 1 would leave there and go to there. So we'll still maintain 4 people in each grid. Have you got that? Yep. Yeah, good. So working 1, 2, 3 and 4 in your passing. So I expect any time I stop it, there'll always be a number 1, a number 2, a number 3 and a number 4 in the grid. Off you go. So you got to really work out what... Right, here we go, that's testing, see if they're listening, see how to do. Change, ball! Yeah. That's it, good, well done. 1, 2, 3, 4, the ball should be going that way. Change, ball! Change ball, change ball, change ball. That's it, you'll have 1 ball going out and 1 ball coming in. Should still have the ball 1, 2, 3 and 4. Aaron, bend your toes and just move it a little bit, even if it's 2 or 3 yards, you move it. There's no restriction on the number of touches, guys. Take 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Change number 1! Now you're in with a different 4. That's it, well done. As soon as you get there, get the ball moving. Guys, this one's quite still. Head up, on her toes, get in line off the surface, pushing the ball, make an effective pass. Change, player 2! That red light still going, this one.
No.
Change ball! Change ball!
Come in! Yeah, coming in.
Change player 3! That's it, now you know, now you'll end up 3. Almost completing the 4 again. So now we've had people that should have moved around and got to know other people. Ball!
Yes. Coming. John.
Try not to go in the circle. Try not to go in the circle. There's no restriction of touch distance. Have the ball as long as you wish. Very, very quiet. Quiet-ish. Completely quiet over there. Completely quiet over there. Tunes player 4. Now you should be back square. The original square should be complete. Leave the ball still, leave the ball still, leave it. That's what we watch this for. Keep going. Keep going. Got an audience. People on the outside, good chance to have a stretch. I'm aware of working people too hard, but this group's fit as anything. Look at them, haven't even burst into a sweat yet. Haven't burst into a sweat, possibly because they're barely moving. Okay, as I've said to you, this is an opportunity. You both keep going. Watch them. Think about what I've been asking you to do. You've got balls should be going what? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
So this is a chance in a part of a warm-up that you can build in that sequence that we did in the last session. So are people's heads up? Yeah, their heads up. Are they on their toes?
Yep.
Are they getting in line with the balls that's coming?
Except for that one.
Sort of. That one's disappeared. It always disappears behind my back. Are they offering the surface? Right foot, left foot, inside of the foot, outside of the foot. So far the ball's not going in the air. Come a bit closer if you want. Head up, is the pass successful? Because this execution that I'm asking is a pass to the next person. Okay, change it, go 4, 3, 2, 1. See, alright, see it's delayed. 4, 3, 2, 1, one instruction, it's had to, oh hold on. Now we've been going about 12 minutes. I would expect it to be just going quick, because they know the number. Now if I was in this, and I'm number 3, my sights are where number 2 is and where number 4 is. So I want to know where number 2 is because I've got to get the ball off him. And I need to know where number 4 is because I've got to get the ball to him. Right, so with reversing this, it's just going a little bit quieter, a little bit slower. Is that an appropriate? Was that the one? Was that the one to go across? No, what should have happened?
Left foot.
Left foot. You're being coached for left foot. What would you say in terms of noise?
Quiet.
Very quiet. It's going well, but it's just a bit quiet for my liking. Okay, just stop it there. Well done. Well, all hell would be at watch. All hell would be at watch. In this particular scenario, it was a bit quiet. I would have liked to have seen the person receiving the ball call for it, to be able to tell the person where they are, and also to give that, it's for me, it's my ball, I want it. So if I was to start it as a 5, who's 4?
That'd be me.
So I'm getting it off. Right? Who's 1? Yep. Okay, I gotta go there. Right. So I'm 5. So what is that? Pass to you? No, I get it off. Okay, I have it, Steve. What are you? 1, 2. Work on the touch. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, there you go, Steve. Okay, straight up front, Oh, yeah, it's okay, Steve. I'm going to have it. Alright. There you go, you have it now. Yep, stay on. This side behind you, follow what you need, and behind you this way, Ken. Yep. You still got the line, straight ahead, Steve, straight ahead. This way, behind you, and I always seem to be behind you. just trying to give a bit of information. Because I got caught a couple of times behind him, purposely on one occasion, so I got to tell him where I am. Now also, the more you do it, he should actually know where I am, because he should be having a quick look to see where I am, as well as me being able to tell him. So all the things we were asking were good, and then I added in that information and communication, and that you told me it wasn't quite up to speed, so I put in and tried to implement that. Very quiet. Does he speak? Very rarely. So a good chance here to get players to be able to communicate with one another, because when we play the bigger games, regardless of how many's in our team, we are going to have to rely on communication and the information with it. Good, I was going to stop you. The other three go back and work. Still part of a warm-up, but just think about a couple of things this group have done well. 4, let's just come and have a look. Have a break.
That's uncanny.
One of the things you might have to do
That's uncanny, I was just saying. So Steve, I downloaded this exact sequence on Tuesday night, put my boys through the same thing. It's just reinforcing I'm doing something
Good.
right.
There's no pressure to get rid of the ball. There's no pressure. I want to see the ball staying within. He's 4. John. John.
He might think you're off the go.
I come to 5 over there. One. Who's going to put their hand up and make the count down?
Any preferences?
I was always at 1.
He might be gluten free though. No, I'm not gluten free.
Off for a surface, cushion the ball, and then pass it nice and smoothly so it's well received. Good. Yes.
Where is it?
What's the best light? That one probably.
Yep.
Okay, good. Well done, well done, well done. Leave the ball where it is. Come in and get your water, drink wherever that is, over this direction. The main part of the session is like, alright, the warm-up's about fun, the cool-down's about fun as we play the game. Oh, this middle bit, oh, this is where we learn. It's like, well, no, you can learn right from minute 1. But you as the coach, you've got it in your head that I'm trying to do various things in the warm-up, but I'm still trying to work on that skill drill or that technique element at the same time. But on that one, you've got the ball control, you've got passing, you can work on, you've got the 2-footed aspect that you can work on. I could have inbuilt dribbles, which we did a couple of weeks ago. I could have inbuilt turns and asked people, and then you could have got, right, can everybody do this? You could have worked all left foot for 20 seconds, you could have worked all right foot for 20 seconds, you could have said everybody has to play 3-touch, everybody has to play 2-touch, everybody has to play 1-touch, all still as part of a warm-up, so that can take a little bit of pressure off that middle part of the session where you think this is where you've got to get everything across. And here, we don't know everybody, but it's easy for me to assume you do, because I just deal with one big group of people, and you assume everybody knows each other because you're coaches, but you don't, you're individuals. It's like with our players. We can't assume that everybody knows each other. Friendships will develop, but then you can add in these things where you can put number in of 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then 1 and 2 have to start to get to talk to each other. 2 and 3 have, 3 and 4 have, 4 and 1 have. And it was maybe 12 minutes before we got an introduction of who was who. But as you develop over weeks, those little things can help you to get your players to know each other a little bit quicker, a little bit more effectively within the game context. So I was happy with how it went, but if I was coaching you in relation to we were working as a team over weeks, there was a lot for me to get in nitty gritty and get in and work on, but that's not the purpose of tonight. It's more with regard to hoping that you learn by doing and also then by watching, because there was a good group that I seen that I wanted others to come and have a look and just see that maybe you're not understanding as much from how I'm vocalising it. Well, let's come and watch a little bit in practice, and your group still give me something to work on. Every group. Good. I'm going to go over to that particular corner grid. You want to dander over, which means 1, walk. You know, Dave, come over here. Okay, talking to you about the main thing of the session with regard to attacking principles. So this is like a 10 or 12 metre grid. And if you think in a football field, you never sat down and mathematically counted how many of these are. But this could be your right midfielder and your central midfielder trying to get past a left back. It could be a right back and the centre half trying to play out from the back, trying to get past the centre forward. It could be the last centre half trying to get past my two centre forwards. Sorry, trying to stop my two centre forwards. These grids happen all over the park. This is as a coach, when I work with teams in the more performance elements with regard to wanting to achieve results, as in by sticking the ball in the net, this is what I built my philosophy on. This is what I wanted. I wanted an overload. I wanted my team to have more. And when we had the ball, I wanted a scenario where we had more than them. So I want here 2 versus 1. That's what I wanted, to build the play up so that we could then create somewhere around one of these grids that we had more players in the possession of the ball in the sequence of play than the opponents. Now, all I need you two to do is to get that ball safely through that line. You can stop them within the fair legal means of the game, Steve. None of this rugby league or a bump coming out. Right, let's see if we can do it. Off you go. Show me what you can do. Hey. Yep. Okay, are we over? Yep. Yep, good. Steve, Shrek, you start here. Once you get up there, come back. Come up that way. That's it. You got 3. Start up there. Start. This will be out. Action. First up, straight through. You try and tell me why. What are they doing that they've got through straight away?
Drawing in.
Drawing the player in.
2 out of 2. Do it again. Start this thing, work up. Okay, stop there, stop there, stop there. Ball here. Steve's there. Why are you going there for your starting point? You like the space. You like the space. Why?
Making the defender cover as far as
yeah. Easy first principle that I'd be looking to coach through this is width. Okay? Come and stand here, the 2 of you. So they're going to go narrow. Is that easy to mark?
much easier.
Much easier. Because you're together, so a defender can come here, and if you're looking to pass to each other, or can tackle one of you, pass there, can intercept. So that's the first thing we'll be looking for. Width. Good. Defenders, which we'll do this in a few weeks, they want to narrow it, they want to concentrate it. They want attackers to be as close together as possible, to get a toe in, to get a tackle in, to stop space being created. First attacking thing is width. Good. Have a go. Excellent. Okay, again, what's that, 4 to 4? What happened here? You know the way we were talking in our sequence where we would say, balls come here, and he should have gone left foot? Go back, Steve, where you were. So technically, go back, Steve, pass it, I'll take Andy's position. The ball came this side, but how old are you now? 29, say? 29, he's 29-year-old, you know, he's never used his left foot in his life, which we get that. If we're working with younger players, we could try and sort of say, look, what we'd want to do there is use your left foot, but in this particular situation, if I use my left foot, I've gone straight into the defender. So you've gone back on your right foot, the touch, one touch went that way, completely took the defender out of it, made a pass, got a goal. So we would call that improvisation, W-I, improvisation. So you've improvised. How he improvised was by doing a trick. So he did a particular piece of skill to get away from the defender, because the nearest target area was 2 yards in front of him, but there's a defender half a yard from that target line. So I really like how in that situation he improvised, he thought differently. to do something that gets out of what I thought was going to be a hole, but he got out of the hole without any assistance. So that's his weight. And then the second one we're looking on is improvise, because not always does the thing go to plan, and defenders can be good enough to put the attackers under pressure to say, oh, you were going to do that, well, I'm going to stop you. And then the attacker's got to think, oh, I've got to do something else. That's where you can get skill drills into your players with regard to step overs, with regard to turns, with regard to dribbling past people, or even as these two have been doing. When the play has been closed by a good defending by Steve, they're happy enough to come back. So they're going to improvise by going, we're attacking that way, we're attacking. Oh crap, he stopped us. If we keep going that way, we're going to lose the ball. That will improvise, we'll go back and we'll start again. Speaking of starting again, let's see if we can do it. Steve, do we need a red rag now? Do you want to get angry? Too kind. You've been too kind. Off you go. So they're wide again. In. Good. We got into a hole. Andy back there. We got into a hole. Steve had the ball here. Was going to go there. Went no. Give to Andy. Went for a return. Steve struck over as he did. Went that way. Just comes here, Steve, in between the two of us. Okay, that. Steve Keenan got caught here. What did he do?
Back up.
He moved. He was mobile. 2. Steve Strack going, stop the line, which is what you did. Pass it. Pass it. Over. Objective achieved. Mobility. So that's W, width. I, improvise. M, mobility. How easy is it to mark them if they stand still?
It's easy if they don't move.
Yeah, exactly. We'll stand up there. Okay, that line. Just go up it. That line, just go up it. So don't come in and move. Okay, so just to show you about the mobility, I'm asking them not to move to see how Steve Strack finds this. Okay, off you go. Stick in your tram lines. Hey! Yes! So he's out, you could say. Got across. Linesman would have the flag up. Do it now where you can move. Be mobile. Be more mobile. Back here, Steve. Hey. Yep. Go. Oh, improvise, got through. Okay, still got through. Had to improvise. Getting a bit parallel. Getting a bit parallel. Back you go, Steve. So it's 2 Steves. Okay. Now, as an attacking force, this will get a bit monotonous, the way you're doing that. So when you pass it, be mobile, can you get around the back? Can you get around his back? Understand? Can you get an overlap? Can you get an overlap? Because once we start adding in an extra defender and an extra defender, if we move this to the next grid, you have 2 covering players, and if you're going to go up and down in tram lines, then one can look after by you two and the other one can look after that way. Let's see if you can get mobile around the back of each other. Will that help you? Off you go. Well done, well done, well done, well done. Didn't need an underlap, overlap, whatever way. But it was much more penetrative than the last 5 or 6 times by being mobile. And again. Oh, give it away. Why? Wasn't balanced on his toes. Arguably, ball kind of came in the middle, rushed the pass away. But also, I think the defenders realised, and these 2 boys are just going to pass it one to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other. So I'll eventually try and nip it. Try and do something different. Can you move around the back of him, Steve? Andy, can you move around the back of him? Oh, okay. My terminology maybe isn't. When I mean around the back of him. When I mean around the back of him, do I mean go around the back of that defender?
Around the back of each
Oh,
other.
they go around the back of Steve Keenan, okay? Yeah, my terminology is incorrect. Steve, started, come in the middle. Let's go at him. That's it, off you go. Can you get around him? Can you get around him? Can you get around him? Okay, well done. Wait, started off, improvised, had to beat the defender. Both of them were mobile. Number 4, penetration, we got through. The objective I've given them. The objective I've given them is simple in this little grid area. It's just to get across the line, and they've achieved it. So I would say they've penetrated with regard to getting the achievement done. Fine. And again. Hey. And again, go it. Still on the move, still have it. Well done, Steve Shrek. Sometimes that happens. Try not to get caught the other side. If the defender's in between the two attackers, we're struggling. So now the longer we're doing this, Steve's stretch is starting to pick up on this, isn't it? Now they've got to be more mobile. My thinking, they've got to move more because we're standing still a bit too much and Steve's working this out. Their preferred method is that way. They've done the weights, great. They're prepared to improvise, so they don't mind getting one-on-one. That's risky. Mobility, they've now got to get a lot more work on the mobility. Getting across the line is the penetration aspect, WIMP. We've been relatively successful, but not that recently, because the defenders realise that this game's going on. I'm not going to allow this to happen. That's what defenders do. They don't turn around and say, go on then, play, we'll allow you to play, and you stick it in our nets, no problem. No, it is a problem, you stick it in our net. We don't want that. We want to be able to stop it. So your mobility, you've got to get a bit more mobile. Can you get around each other? Can you use the grid a little bit more? Off you go. Damn it.
Oh, you bastard!
Yeah, he's done it. He's got out of the hole. Guys, go ahead, Steve. Keep going. Improvise. Communication. What happened?
We didn't talk.
You didn't talk. Do you remember back in the warm-up, it was falling down, 1 didn't know who 2 was, didn't know who 3. This is now where it becomes a little bit critical, where we've got 2 guys on completely different songs here. One singing the chorus of one, the other one's playing the melody of another. So it's just gone like that. So be a bit more clear with information. If I'm going round the back of him, what's that called if a player goes round the outside? It's an overlap. I'll do an overlap. Come inside me, do an underlap. You hold it, I'm here. Keep it. I'm on the move. I'll give a bit more information. Off you go.
Yes, Andy, yeah. Hold. I'm with you. Andy, yeah, come on.
We're in the corner, good, improvise. Good. We got through. So we had our width. We got stuck. Yeah. We got out of it with a bit of skill, a bit of improvisation to a player that was on the move. So he was mobile and he could penetrate it, he got across. So far we've got 4 of the 5 general things that we would look at in trying to get past a defender. Go on, keep going, I'm liking it. So width again. You see what happens when we narrow it? Yeah, we're getting closer and closer. And the old jaws here starting to snarl, weren't you? You could see the ball. 10 by 10, there's 100 metres in here. If we condense it to 7 or 5, we're not utilising all of it. Be clear on who's doing what with the ball. I'll give you a break in a minute, Steve.
I'm good.
Off you go. Hold. Just get across. And the last one, and these have been really good at it. That's it, you can have a break, you 3. Come in. Come around, feel like I'm shouting. Well, these 3 have been really good at it. The last one's an S. Can you guess what it would be? Score's penetration. Yeah. Service. Support. Yeah, they've helped each other. They've been in support. They've not left them in isolation. Even a couple of times when we got here and Andy got caught up there, Steve, they still came back and they offered support. So they kept working on each other as a 2. You leave a one-on-one scenario, you're having to trust the skill of the particular player, which in some of the examples worked, in others they didn't. But if we can work on the W, the width, The eye is where you can leave the skillful players to do whatever, so there are times defenders will stop you from doing what your game plan is, and you'll have to go to a plan B, a plan C, a plan D. At the heat of the moment, that's just to improvise. You react to the situation. It might be that you're thinking that I'm going to go this particular way, and I'm going to go on my left foot, and I'm going to go out the outside, and then all of a sudden you hit an ankle bone, the ball goes back there, and you're going, crap, that's not what I wanted to do. I was almost in, I was past him, and I got back to, oh, you know what, I'm going to have to improvise. I'm going to have to now do something else. It's not a problem because we still hit the ball. But when you're in possession of the ball, we find this when we play a game a little bit later. If people in your team stand still, there's two things happen. You know what they are? You stand still. If your teammates stand still, flat-footed, they stand still, you run out of options because you haven't really got it. You're left on your own because nobody's moving, and when there's nobody moving, everybody's easy to mark. Everybody's easy to mark just by standing still, which these two did really well. It's only a 10 by 10, but they kept you moving, didn't they? Right, because they were moving. Right, great. Who wants a 3? Who wants to be the next 3 and see if you can then have a go at taking on board?
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, I'll go.
1, 2, are you sure?
You bet.
You okay? What are you going to be?
Hey, I'll go out defending.
Okay, fine. Who's
Eh?
going to help? Who's
You're
going to
right.
help?
The easy job. We got it once.
Right, we're in. Yep, cross the line. Start from here, go back. Yeah, you tell me what you're saying, you tell me what you're thinking. Create space. How to create the space? Yeah, so they're using the maximum amount of area that they have.
Back, John.
Go.
Talking, what they have to do. Well defended. Start again, start whatever line. Got it mobile. Yeah, somebody said yes to my left here and somebody said no on my right here. What is it? Yeah. We're going up the same travel line, aren't we? There's a good movement. Yeah, we have no offside in this at the minute. That's good movement, going beyond the defender. Oops. So wide again.
Back. And again.
Again. Got the penetration, got the score. We're mobile. Supported each other. Improvise back curve pass and use the width.
Yes.
How did that fall down? Communication, absolute communication. Do you have to pass it all the time?
No.
No, well don't there. Only pass it when you're 100% sure. You thought you were sort of sure and then you're like, oh hell, I better pass it anyway. Only pass it when you're sure. If you're not sure, what should you do?
Hold it.
He holds on to it, what do you have to do?
Keep myself. Support him.
Support him. How do you support him?
Get into space.
How do you do that? You're mobile, you move. You move. See if you can replay it again. Come on, you're doing well.
Again, George.
Go around the outside of him, George, maybe, can you?
Sorry.
Can you go around the outside of him, go behind him, Ash gets through. He was out, yeah. He was out, no problem. He's still alive, he's doing well. Here, he's out.
Play the whistle.
Why? I forgot it.
Come behind me, George. Come behind me.
He could have kept it in. George could have. Well done. Hi. Think of our sequence. Okay, just stay there. George was here. The pass went there. There was a chance of keeping it in, but how? Didn't he keep it in? Didn't get across to get in line. And then when he sort of got there, what surface did you use, George?
All right.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Through that right foot.
Yeah.
That's why my game got so far. Because everything had to be on the left foot. So that one I would have kept in. But like yourself, if I was going the other way, I would have done exactly the same thing, threw my left foot out and gone out of play. So, do you know the sequence that we did last session we've just done it in a warm-up, there's an example of how the drill fell down. It wasn't the worst pass in the bad pass good. Now I know that 25 years ago we might have had a bit of jet fuel behind us, mightn't we? That had been the same. So there's an aspect of working with your group I understand on some of that. But in that example you did get there, but the fact that you went there took you out of play. If you'd have gone there, you would have stayed in playing old grumpy guts there. Wouldn't have had anything to say, would you? Okay, can we just, let's see, I'm happy with you. Can you start up against Andrew? Start up against him. Okay, we could do this. It needs moving on. I think you've got the message of going way, that way, improvising, being mobile. And starting back in the line. Why are you covering 8 metres? Stay 10. Go use the whole grid. That's it, George. Now we've got our 2v1 still. We've just got it in a different way. I'm putting pressure on these two guys now to see can they still do the thing to get it across that line. This is a familiar setting in a game, is it? Yeah. Modern football, stick it up to the player and tell him to hold it. You're good enough one-on-one now. Look at the FFA curriculum. It's about being able to have the ball under pressure so you can lean on the defender and you can turn it and get away. There's a lot of one-on-one encouraged in it. This is a situation where we got someone in support. We got our overload. It's just not as straightforward, but in a game, if this was in the attacking third, I would kind of like this because we've got 2 against the 1. We're not playing offside in this, by the way. You pass it to him to start it. We just need to get it across the line. We just got to get it across the line. Okay, we got there. Would this happen naturally? He'd have been bumped, wouldn't he?
Yep.
Gone, bang. Okay, in this, great, no problem. You might not want to sort of work on that one all the time. Do it again, start again. Pass it to start with. That's it, now we pass. Get across the line, good, got across the line. Using the weight? Maybe not, but using the depth quite well. But okay, starting where you were. George, instead of running this way, instead of go over there. So make the first one over there. Okay? Keep going into the corner. Keep going in. That's it, George. Now start over there. Okay, stop. Stop. What's Andre all of a sudden done?
Come across. I've dragged him across.
You dragged him across. He's not up his backside as he was when it was passed straight, is he?
No.
Right?
He's worried about.
Trying to split the two of them. He's not quite sure. It's back to what Steve Shrek was scored the face with earlier. So you know, instead of coming that way and keeping it narrow, I've asked George to go wider and look at what is created all of a sudden. George, can you get turned?
Can I turn?
Would you turn now, yeah?
No.
You wouldn't, would you not turn in that? Would he turn in that?
Yes, of course.
Of course you would. So get yourself halfway. All of a sudden, we're back where we were 10 minutes ago. You know, with that overload where we're running forward at the defender. By one little thing, being mobile runs that way. It created space. Hi. How much are we going to bet from here that they're going to succeed when I say to George, go? Anybody going to put any money on them? 50? You can't, you're influencing it. You'll be up in front of WADA or whatever they're called. Off you go, get me a goal, get across the line. Improvise, mobile, great. Well done. Okay, get me another 3, Come on, who else wants to stab at it? Not hard. Come on, push your down for it. All that anger with that Liverpool top on your burn the field all day. You know, I didn't get up for it. I recorded it. My little boy got me up at 5 o'clock. I turned it on and I was like, you're fucking kidding me. Come on, sort it out. And they never did. And I've been angry all day. I sympathise. Start that way beside each other. Do you want to? It's up to you. Okay. So what are we looking for again?
Winning.
Yeah. What else? Good. Back you go, defender. What's the second one?
Penetration support.
Improvise. So it's not kind of work and do something, do a bit of skill, do a bit of M for what? Great, what a run. Okay? Sometimes it works like that. We replay this one. I'll take his place. Replay it again, Chris. Go back to where you were, defender. Come back here. Excellent. Pass it. Now come on, defender. Come on. What should happen now?
Release.
Just to go like that. We've got mobile. You can penetrate. Yep. Do it again. Do it again. The exact same thing again, Chris, from here. See if you can work it. Can you improvise and do the same thing? Well done. You're in. Back to our technical sequence. Excellent bit of improvisation here. Where did you want the ball?
Rather my right foot.
You wanted it in front of you. He got it behind him and on his left foot. And how did he score? Oh yeah, he improvised. He just did a nice little flick, nice skill thing. Off you go. Really well done. So that takes you back to your technical where he got in line with the ball. He wanted it on his right foot. He came on his left foot. He still got in line with it. Flicked it this way, showed improvisation, got me the penetration, which was the goal. Well done. And again. Yep. And again. How's the communication?
Quiet.
What does yep mean?
We're on like another level.
Yeah.
Are
you married? So wherever he says, you just jump. Yeah, okay. I
Pretty
know what
much.
you mean. I'll put the kettle on. Yep, okay, I'll see the dishes. Yeah, so there's a lot going well, but you'd work on communication. I just want the goal. That's it, we're across. I just want the goal. Well done, and again.
Okay, Polly.
Okay, wait. Unlucky, it can happen. Okay, start it that way then. Start it that way, one up, one down. They're motoring quite well. Let's see how they go here. Give it away. Okay, we could go in now. We've got our weight, improvisation, mobility. I'll take a place. Yep. How can I know where he is?
Feel him.
Feel him. I don't feel him. I do feel him. What? Can you feel, Chris? Can you have a little feel? The way you would like for me, if you don't feel him, I would at least try and get my players on the half turn. Yeah. So I get on the half turn to the ball, and he's there. Great. I'll go at him. Yeah. Come a bit closer. I get in the half turn and he's there. What do? He can improvise. His feet are quite wide, aren't they? They can go Luis Suarez, David Luiz. Yeah. I could look to make a quick pass and jump out of the tackle if it was on. So if I had support. If I haven't, what's my last choice?
Shield it.
You got to shield it. Remember like we did in our sequence, got a player, and then we just protect it, and then I got to start moving with it. Why do I want to keep moving with it?
Because you've got to be mobile. You can't stand still.
Yeah, I got to be mobile. As an attacker, if I stand still here, I actually think I'm in a bit of a problem. Because I'm not that far from going out there, defender achieves his job, and I'm not that far from going out there, but if I started going this way, what are you going to do, Chris, now if I'm coming this way? Yeah, you can go there. Yeah, he's stopping me. Where are you going to go? Going to go around the back. And I'll improvise that way. Do you know the two-footedness that I'm trying to get the technique things built on? Because it can give you an option in a little thing like this to go either way. I could as a player, because I could use my left foot both ways, but when you get against better defenders, you're not allowed that third step that I needed. Because by the time I got the third step to make that pass, it was blocked off because I had to make 1, 2. So well done, well done, well done. Anybody else want to go? No, good. Let's go get a water for him. Are people going? Because that's what happens with my students.
Could you make, we were just talking with Adrian, sometimes it's hard if you've got 16 boys or 16 girls,
Yeah.
you're on your own.
Yeah.
Could you make that a bigger square with 2 defenders and make it and overload them 4 on 2, or would that be too complicated?
Well, we're going here, 4 on 2.
Alright.
Yeah, 6 on 3, whatever. So you could. What you can also do, I know you're a bit cramped for space, but from what I've seen, you could work, you know the warm-up where it was a corner, a corner, a corner, and a corner, and I stayed in the middle?
Yeah.
I was actually able, I know the voice projection struggled a little bit. I was aware that if I'm talking and shouting there, these groups, so I had to turn around. But I'm near sure you've all got room to be able to work a corner, a corner, a corner, and a corner, and stay in the middle. And you can keep your eye on at least 2 groups. Those two, you can work across, and particularly if there's 2 of you, you can either decide to stay a 2 and a 2, so 2 stay with 2 groups, or you work in a clockwise direction as you're going around. So I get this commonly with regard to the thinking is that I got 16 players, I got to do a 4, that's going to be 4, what's that, 2 8s, yeah? But it's not, it can be 4 4s. And you can have a 2 and a 2 going on, a 2 and a 2, a 2 and a 2, and a 2 and a 2, or a 3v1 as this would be. And you can actually manage them a bit in that way. But we'll move to your solution, we'll move to now and have a bit of a bigger one now. Anything else at the minute? I'm trying to help you with stuff. Silence is golden in my view, that's great. Right. We'll work this blue line. I'll need 2 defenders. Blue grid, sorry, I'll need 2 defenders on the far. And I want 4 attackers along here. 2 defenders. Fancies himself as defenders. See these 2? 4 attackers. Let's come round. Let's watch this. Think about the width. Think about improvisation, mobility, penetration, support. You'll get dressed up in whatever curriculum that you're following with regard to gameplay. Have a look at any football match on the TV, La Liga, Bundesliga, A-League. When a team's in possession, all these principles are in play. They're trying to get wide. Players are improvising. People are mobile. They're trying to get penetration. For me, the objective here is to get across that blue line in possession of the ball. And they're all trying to support each other. We're all trying to help people with regard to being in possession on the ball and not people running with them. 1 more. 2, 3. I only got 3. 4. Come on, George. The line's here. The line's here. The line's back there. So this is your second row. Okay, off you go. As soon as you step in, you've got. Get across. Why did you not go across? Get across the blue line.
Toying with them.
Twice we could have gone. What are we? Okay, leave the ball up there. 2 defenders, back you come. Apparently the people on the touchline have said you've had 2 opportunities. You were a yard from the blue line twice. Just get over the blue line in possession of the ball. Are they wide?
They are now.
Okay. Defenders, doing your job. What would you say to them? What would we want to do?
Some overlaps.
Get some linear.
Yep. Very static.
The 2
Predictable.
straight line. Not moving enough.
Overlap, starting around.
George, right back, George, right back.
I think there should be 1 on each side and 1 further back.
Okay, be careful of the tackles.
That's it, lads, make them earn it.
Didn't know how to do a shimp that.
Get in there, lads.
One up a wee bit. Yeah.
Done.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Well done. Well done. Width. Improvised. Got past. Had some mobility. Went from there to here with the ball. There went from there to there. In support. Got our penetration. Yeah. It might have taken 3 goals. I didn't interject in the first 2 because I kind of fancied them to be able to do it. And they managed it. Now you've got a success. You can start going in and working on things that didn't work in the first 2. So they're running they're running in parallels. We want to get them moving a bit like that. They're not moving enough. We want to get them moving a bit more so the defenders have to move. Those will be the 2 immediate things from the sequence. There's a third thing they're not doing particularly well. All of you have been guilty of it tonight. What is it?
Talking.
Talking. It's very quiet, and the information that is coming with the communication isn't as instructive as it could be. Yep. Doesn't mean an awful lot. Give some instructions with it. Off you go.
Yes, George. Hold on. Daniel. Through. Yes, George.
Hold it. Stay right. Stay right.
At the minute we've still got the ball. I'm not much of a problem. We've still got the ball.
Good run.
Great run, and we're gone. How did he get in?
Mobility.
How did the team get in?
Mobility.
Mobility and support. They improvised. We're not playing offside in this. They improvised because the first one of getting down to go through didn't work, because when Aaron got the ball, he got closed off from making the pass and then came back inside to start again. There isn't a problem sometimes to go back to then come forward again, which is exactly what they did. Can't remember the
Daniel.
Where did you start off? Where did you move to? Over there, via an overlap. And where did you end up? And what did you do? You scored. Yeah, fantastic. What about that for an example of mobility? Why were you mobile? Yeah, why? Why did you keep moving? Why did you not stand still? Trying to create space. So trying to use the width. And you're trying to offer options to people? Great. Excellent. You set up again? Off you go. Stop creeping, defender. See how hard it is for 2 defenders to try and cover when they're moving? Careful in the tackles. There's always someone harder than you, my dad said. I know we've got some fitness elements and ages against all of us in this scenario, but the principles, they're doing well. They're wide, they're getting wide. They're trying to improvise when it's not particularly under mobile. Got penetration. We've got 2 goals, which I think this is quite difficult because these 2 are actually quite competent and they're working together and they're trying to narrow space and they're trying to push people into corners, but they're good enough to get out of the corners. We need to be mobile. Keep mobile. Can we get over?
Oh, nice touch.
What about that for a touch? Remember our sequence? Was your head up? Yes, it was. Try and praise somebody. Just, there's some negative people in the world, isn't there? Your head was up. Did you get in line?
Yeah, got it right.
Did you offer a surface?
Sure did.
Did you cushion it?
Yes.
Did you cushion it the way you wanted to go?
Exactly.
And what did you do with it?
Scored.
Scored. So you know that technical sequence? Fantastic example there. And all of a sudden, so our offside guy, here, this is our back 4. We're being asked to play out from the back. They've got 2 greyhounds up front that are snarling and they're trying to stop us, and we've just got ourselves into midfield. Yeah, we're now into midfield, so we're now taking an advantage situation of one of our defenders has now stepped into midfield to ask the remaining 8 players in their team a question, because somebody's now going to have to come out to go for George, and if they don't, what do you do, George? No one comes to attack to defend you.
Keep going.
Just keep going the whole way.
Keep going for the ball.
Sorry, you're not George, are you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, George, score 2 words. It's all you look blankly at me because I'm called Paul. Yeah, and no one comes to him, you go. Now, if I was working with you as a team over a progression of weeks, we would have this. But then, you know the little one where we did the 2v1? you'd build another grid on the end so that when you got across the line, you'd have an attacker waiting on you and another defender for another 2v1. And if that worked well, defender in the next grid and another attacker, so you've gone from your defence overload into your midfield and got past the midfielders, and now you've gone and you're attacking the back line. With this, you would do the same. We can do it. There's lots of professional clubs that divide the pitch into 3. So you'll have a defending third, and they'll have 4 at the back against 3 attackers. And if they get into the midfield, it'll be a 3v3. With the overload, it'll be make it a 4v3. And then they'll have the defenders. And if you get into that, I've seen a lot of professional clubs in England play like that for an hour and a half. That's the whole session, is to continue just to break the game and then play these overloads. From an inclusion viewpoint, if it's raining, you've got people that are standing without a ball, etc., etc. But that's only because over years it's been built up with those particular players that it moves backwards and forwards pretty quickly. My point to you is that if you started and you found a little 2v1 grids were working well, you can move into this one. And if this is working well, you can move into an even bigger one. Or you can have your first 2v1, build one onto the next, and build one onto the next. So you've got your team, but you've actually got them working in 2 parallels, if you understand.
So you'd have 1v1 in each square, and then the second that joins,
the one that joins is the one
goes that way, and bibs go that way.
So you create your overload with your 2v1, because what's happened is your right back has gone past their midfielder, and he's now at the left back. So you, the right back, and the midfielder is attacking their left back. So you remember what I said to you at the start of that one, where these grids exist everywhere across the pitch. They exist going that way and they exist going that way. So you could build them on like so. How are you feeling? All right? Do you want to put a bit of effort in this time? I know it's said to you, like make this session look good. Okay, right now, I want to see what to do. I've wound the defenders up just to see what happens here. Because we're doing well, I want to say I just wound the defenders up to see what happens.
What? Hold.
You know what, right, if that was on Fox Sports, Bosnich would be drawn all over that, wouldn't he? Did you see that? Start from here, went across there, runner went out there, 2 defenders got attracted that way. A short pass to then make a long pass, because of the short pass both defenders went after it. And who got through? Yeah, Adrian had come from here and round the back. Yeah, now you'll say, oh, the stage man is throwing in out at 4v2. Well, these two are actually trying to narrow it. But I'm trying to coach attacking principles at the minute, so I'm not going to throw in too many defenders at this stage to make the whole thing fall apart. You need another defender? You do? Where's the nearest bib, Steve? Can you get another out of the
Black bag.
FFV bag? They want an extra defender, you're doing so well. So think of the width. You don't have to all play in the tram line. If you get stuck,
I'll be here next week.
Be mobile. You're brilliant at it so far. Keep moving, give people options.
You have to tear a calf muscle to do it, mate.
And support each other by constantly being on the move.
Treat yourself.
We've just added one more. There you go. Oh, push it, Aaron. Okay, defender's got it back. Attackman's in that. If it's not on, Aaron, don't pass it. Just keep it. If an attacker keeps the ball, what are the defender's going to do?
Corral him up.
Eventually someone will come through him, won't they? And as soon as that person, if you keep with the ball and you keep moving, as soon as one defender comes, they've left their area. That's where the space starts to create. If they don't come towards you and you've got the ball, it's just going to go through and score. So they won't let that happen. If it's not on, Aaron, don't pass it. If it's not on and you pass it, you're giving it away to them. We don't want to give it away. We just want to keep the ball. At the very worst, we'll keep it. At the very best, we'll get across the line. Off you go. Okay, that happens sometimes. It's
Come
just
on, Adrian,
a
go
correct
on, lad.
pass. It's just hit too hard. If we were being picky, we might have said it's not the correct pass because he's passing to a guy who's right on the touchline with someone running straight at him. But the way they've been playing, he's backed Adrian to be skillful enough to control it, take the defender and then pass it back. Okay, here, Aaron. That's it.
Go the ball, Steve, go the ball. There you want it.
Okay, defenders won it, back to go. Right, see when we narrow it, see what's happening? Aaron had the ball here, went back in field. See what the defenders are trying to do? They're trying to narrow everything. They're trying to bring it closer, which when we do defending in a few weeks' time, that's exactly what I'll say. Try and narrow the opponents. Keep mobile, don't pass it unless you think it's on.
Look at the ball.
Good, Adrian.
Yes,
Go, George, Aaron's on. Oh, well done, George. Wait. Aaron stayed wide, George stayed wide, defenders went wide, it created a gap. Aaron was mobile, Adrian was mobile. Sorry, I can't remember your name. Daniel was mobile. By Adrian and Daniel being mobile across the middle, one defender went one way who was covering the centre, the other defender went with the other runner, and what happened?
George went through the middle.
George went straight through the middle. Great. Mobile penetrated. He got through the middle, and then another defender came across. Aaron stayed running with him, so offered him the support, and George went to go for the pass. The defender went to go for the pass, stumbled. George seen the stumble and went, I don't have to pass it, I'm going to go through myself. So he improvised about 2, if not 3 times in the one sequence with the ball in his possession. Really well done. They want another defender, I'm hearing. Off you go. That's a defending mentality. See, that's negative. Keep mobile. Just keep the ball. Keep the ball moving. That's it. Aaron needs help. Well done, Aaron. You've got it. You've kept it.
Right back.
Okay, have a breather. Have a breather. In you come. In you come. In you come. Well done. Have a breather. Have a breather. We're getting close to time. Well done. So you know the way when we turn up and we get our 12 or 15 or 8 squads or whatever, and we instantly think that that's got to be 2 2s or whatever. Think a little bit more creatively, and what can we create? That to me, that's still a small-sided game, and it's still got a goal. It's just not one of those net ones at the minute. Now you can develop this sort of thing by putting little gates in the corner, so that you'd have to dribble through a particular gate rather than just get across the whole line. You can introduce, got to be 5 passes before it's a goal. Everybody's got to touch it before it goes across. You can then get the net involved if you want, but there's a lot of mileage in doing little things that we're doing over the couple of sessions I've taken in, smaller stuff that you can work on, and you don't need an awful lot of space. And you've got kids that are, because at this club, very fortunate with the ball situation, so we've got a lot of balls, so we've got to maximise the amount of people that we have working together. So here we've got, what did that end up, 7 in that session at the end. I tell you what, I started to get tired watching it because it looked like a lot of work. But if you were doing that 2v1, Steve, got a bit tiring after a while, didn't it? It was continual, it was continual, it was continual. You can work your technique, you can work your principles of the game, because I've tried to do attacking principles tonight, which you look at your curriculum, particularly when you get to the 14 and they're talking about the game and this, and you do this and that. All that stuff there underpins the curriculum. It's dressed up differently. But you look at every team, and you look at the games that you watch on the TV, teams are attacking or defending. There's no two other things, nothing else happening. If you're attacking, you're trying to get wide. Players are mobile, they're mobile on the ball itself's mobile, and people in support are mobile, so the width. You'll get someone will get stuck on the touchline, a defender, another one coming here, and they'll try and improvise to get out to go bang. So they'll improvise to get out of a situation that they've either got into by accident or they've got into because of good defending. They penetrate, they're looking to get beyond. So for here, the little 2v1 with Steve at the start, that could have been the right back and the right centre half against the centre forward, or it could have been at the other end of the field where it could have been our two centre forwards against the last defender. And if you get beyond them, where are you? You're through on goal. And then we have the support element. So whatever the goal is, the penetration, you can be in control of. It can be number of stuff that can be then left to play in just a possession game. And you can end up playing. I would move that on if I worked with you as a team on and we play 5v5 in that space, and 5 passes are a goal. And we might play for 20 minutes to try and put the emphasis on pass, be mobile, and you'll find you go that length of time, there's a fitness element gets involved, but there's a lot of technique that you can go in and coach, and you can coach the penetration stuff as well. But it all comes back from the basics, or comes out of the basics of looking what we did at the start in the little small grid just to get past one defender, because then we were trying at the end to create some form of an overload, 2 against 1 of you, or 3 against 2 of you, or the 4 against the 3 of you, to try and create that overload. I understand I artificially set it up. If you were working with me as a team over the weeks and the weeks and the weeks, I wouldn't work on an overload anymore. I'd start working on even numbers and put the pressure on my team to work out how you create a 2v1 whilst you're in a 5v5 game. So good. Is there anything on that before we do a little bit of a warm down and then have a chat of some description? No?
I have one question. We did a couple of uneven games during our sessions with the girls. I'm finding that they keep knocking it back, not penetrating enough.
Yep.
Because it's easy to just pass it around the back and the defenders will start pushing them out. How can you focus them on? It's alright to pass it, but eventually you've got to get that half turn and start moving forward.
You got to get a half turn.
Just them creating the overlaps, or?
Well, creating the overlaps, or stressing as you are there that they've got to get across the line. Is that what the objective is?
Yeah, we've actually got sort of 2 goals set up in the corner where they've just got to pass it in, but I find that I'm trying to make them focus on passing the ball, but they're doing it easy because they're just doing it at the back, they're not actually moving, trying to move past the defenders enough. Yeah. They're just trying to think of
for what way are they not? Do they not think they're skillful enough, or do they not see the opportunity?
Tentative?
Yeah, I just think there's not enough movement. There's not enough movement off the ball. So they tend to be lazy.
Well, if there's not enough movement off the ball, then that's where you got to step in the session of how to stop whoever it is, and then say to this person, if you ran around here, what would happen to you, and ask the defender. And then you might have to go in and do the demonstration where you slow the game down to walking pace, and then if this attacker runs around the back, walks around the back from there, and it makes the defender to move one way or the other, because the defender will either go with that, and if they do, you then ask the attacker, what do you do? And then, oh well, I should go for goal. And if you don't move, what should you do now? Oh well, I should pass. Well, if you pass to them, what are they going to do? Oh well, they're going to shoot. And then you try and just walk through stuff like that. So where you see it happening, try and go in without sort of pointing and saying, that was crap, you should do this, you should do that, you should do the other. You may have to take a bit of ownership to go in and start walking people through stuff, and then you'll find once it starts becoming a success, the people who have made it a success will want to do it more, and those that haven't done it yet will want to do it because they want a piece of that action at the same time.
So the trick is there for them to realise what the best decisions are, not point to them, or
tell them. No, if you look at the FFA, the guided discovery way of they want you to coach is the sort of problem solving. So can you talk them through the problem rather than say, well, I'm going to pull you here, because in my day I was pulled here, there and everywhere, and then you got out. And I remember playing, I don't know what, Greece or somebody under 16 match, and I was to run down there, right, and I went to run down there, and the centre half just went like that and stopped me. every time I tried to do what I was supposed to do, I couldn't. And you kind of like, oh, well, nobody told us this worked. You know, what do you mean? Like, hey, excuse me, our game plan, my coach walks me over, this is what I'm supposed to do, and the guy kind of went, well, you're not doing it. Because it was move, 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 rather than the kind of, I want you to get down the channel, but if the defender stops you, what other options have you? Which is the way we're trying to move nowadays, which is completely different from, you know, that back in the day phrase where we were just told where to go and we didn't really know why. We just did it because we were told to do it. So in that situation, it's very easy to go in and tell, but then when you get to the Saturday-Sunday game and the opponents then stop that from happening and they're looking at the touchline, they ask you, well, what do we do now? But they can problem solve it themselves. But this is where I've chatted to Vaughan, Rob, Steve, if we can start doing that as a group across the whole club, then we'll create, maybe the 14s, 15s at the minute might not benefit as much, but those that are 8 and 9, by the time they get to the 15s, the 16 years group, with 5 or 6 years of problem solving coaching, that all of a sudden you're starting to facilitate, and that's where you're working on the really small nitty gritty stuff of making those that are keen to be more talented, you're working on that because it's been underpinned by what the previous coach has done and the previous one before that, rather than this sort of dictatorial way of we'll tell you what to do. Because I've worked in a professional club like that where the guy below me at 14 was telling them something completely different to what I was instructed to tell them from the people above, and you kind of go on mixed messages. Anything else? Want to get on the move? Okay. In the big one, we'll throw as many balls in. You move, ball moves, just keep moving around, and we'll worry that we could just seize you up. Just in the blue one, have a stretch, just nice and light, nice and light. Just remember as well though, take an opportunity now to be friendly with that ball. Remember the sequence. Yeah, if you can pick up stuff, it will be, you're shooting off, I don't pick up anything but you're back. Hope it gets better, you're welcome. Keep in touch.
Yep. Cheers, mate.
When this sort of thing, I was saying to you now, well done, this is can't remember, get your head up, get on your toes, get in line, offer a surface, cushion the ball, make sure it's a nice execution, whatever you decide. And then you'd be reinforcing with improvisation, mobility, and then you'd want to keep building on it week after week after week after week.
Come on, Rob.
That whatever you build with your team week on week on week, if you like, I've taken 2 sessions now and I've tried to give you 2 sequences. The ball control technique one, which if you were working with me as a coach, my warm-ups I'll do some form of thing around that. Get your head up, da-di-da, da-di-da, as part of the warm-up. This would be attacking one that tonight that we build on. I do different varieties of it, but definitely those working the 14, 15, 16 age groups. I've read the curriculum today. It's all based around things like that. So your kids should start to be getting really bored of your voice, saying get your head up, get on your toes, get in line, offer a surface, push the ball to the direction that you want to go and execute. You're either going to pass it, you're either going to dribble with it, or you're either going to shield it. You can't do anything else. Then when we're doing the possession game, they get bored of you because you're saying to them, look, we need to get wide. Yeah, I know the defender came to you and you're there, improvise, do something else. Yeah, you wanted to go on the left, the defender stopped you, do something else. Mobile, look, we're losing the ball, there's not enough people moving, move. Defenders love people standing still, attacking, move. Penetration, look, all I want to do is get across the blue line with the ball. You're a yard away, get across the line, that's the objective. Good. losing the ball because there's not enough support. People in possession need support. Now you're going to work with teams 2 sessions a week over a longish period, and if you can get simple messages. Now, just mouth to mouth, ready guys? That was my ticker, just gone. If you can keep repeating them over weeks, my with Rob, wherever you are, Vaughn, Steve, my thinking with them is to do this across a club so that we can start that technical sequence is consistent across all our coaches. When we as a club, can you keep that still please? That's great, thanks. When we as a club at the weekend are in possession, whatever the team is, we see players moving. If they're being hounded one-on-one, we see them try and do something with the ball. We see teammates supporting them. If there's a chance to get past the defender, to get a cross in, so to penetrate, we see that happening. And then the players in possession, we see lots of teammates getting around to be in support. If we see that across all of our teams, whatever age group, whatever gender, then this dream that Vaughan has about the striker's way, you've got players that are technical, and so far we've done the retain side of it. You've got players who can keep a ball. In a few weeks we'll work on how to get the ball back, which we did good analysis tonight on that. Then there isn't really an awful lot else. Individual coaches will want to do individual stuff, suiting their style and the age group. The curriculum will influence, but that'll be consistent across everything. We've a little bit of style to do then with. It's difficult, this inquisitive sort of questioning style of coaching, and I see it this way, do it my way or get out and find another club sort of style as it was in my day. So pretty good. Are you alright? I don't want Vaughan to ring me tomorrow and say there's calf's gone, there's 2 in A&E, one couldn't get out of bed. You know, I don't want another phone call like that tomorrow. Tried to tone it down in the old fitness front tonight. Good?
Good.
Good.
Can you pick up my cones for me, bring the balls back?
Pizza and beer inside when you're done.
Really well done. It doesn't work if you don't put any effort in, and they're working really well.
Yeah.